Hey, YouTubers, good morning, Rob Moffat. Guys, we're going to talk about making a little side hustle, a little income on the side from collecting items in the wild and selling them. It could be plants, could be animal byproducts like skeletons or different things from animals, or rocks, or anything out in the wild, in the wilderness, or even in your neighborhood in the city. I have been selling on eBay since 1998. I'm one positive feedback away from 11,000, and I've got over 16,000 items sold. So I know a little bit about eBay. And over the years, some of the things I've sold have been things that I have found out in the wild. I also sell a little CD, also, and it's also on Gumroad. If you don't have a CD player, it's on how to make a living while living in the woods. It's um, about aromatics, berries, cooking different things, decorative woods, honey, mushroom, nuts, syrup, all sorts of things, how to process it, how to sell it, market it, and so on. Very inexpensive. It's basically three different government reports I found years ago that not a lot of people don't know about, and I collect them, put them together. And it's $3.95 on Gumroad, or there's also a CD on my website on eBay, and you can also get it on Gumroad. Like I said, I'll leave a link to it in the video description. But let's talk about some things I've been selling. This is recent. I was thinking about something I find all the time in my neighborhood that's wild are the Florida apple snail shells. I've got a bunch of them. I cleaned them. I put them in soapy water, then some bleach water, 10% solution. They've been up on the bank of the river in the sun for weeks, and then you clean them, and then I let them dry for 3 months. So it's unlikely there would be any thing going on. But I said, let's experiment with them and see if they would sell. First, I sold 101 of them for, where do we go here? Boop, boop, boop. First, I sold 101, and if you can pick them up off the ground, I mean, you'd go for a walk and you could pick up 100 of them. And they sold for $49. But a lot of people don't have $49 plus the shipping. So I said, let me see if I could sell them at a smaller amount for even a better price. So I sold 33 of them for 20 bucks and it was only like $8 shipping. So that was good for people. The listing, where is the listing? Like I said, I've been doing this a long time. uh, you can tell. The listing, I actually used Chat GPT to help me out to write this listing. It did a very good job. And this is the listing for it. You want to put a lot of really good photographs, the more the better, in your listings because people, if they want to buy, they really want to see what they're getting. And always give a money back guarantee on everything for any reason. Um, these are very large ones, but I let people know that these are wild collected shells, and while they have been cleaned with soapy water and dried, I also use bleach. They may still carry natural residues, bacteria, or pathogens typical of items from the wild. Please take precautions. Not intended for food use or body contact, and should clean, sanitize further if needed. So you want to let people know that these are in the wild and they could have some bad stuff. But these are very simple to collect, absolutely dead simple, and uh, there's not a lot of competition, but there will be eventually. Once people find out, there'll be plenty of competition. But you're not going to make a lot of money with wild collected stuff because more than likely there's other people doing it too. But on the other hand, because you're not making um, a lot of people don't uh, spend any time or on collecting things in the wild. But this is one example. Stuff. And I live in a city. I don't live in the woods or in a rural area. I live in a county where there's 1.5 million people. And I'd find these along the riverbank. I have all sorts of things in my neighborhood that I could start selling on eBay, and I think I am going to start doing it. If you go on eBay, it's not just shells. You can look how many listings they have for cuttings. There's 13,000 results for plant cuttings. There's different types of plants you can get. You can just slice off little pieces. Now there are some plants you can't ship from state to state because there's laws protecting the spread of invasive species, but there's all sorts of plants. I was thinking about getting some plants that are specific to my area, and it's a subtropical area here in South Florida, so I can grow some plants you can't grow in other parts of the country, and it would be interesting to try. I found a couple. I won't tell you what they are because I want to try myself, but they grow like weeds, and once they get going, you would just cut off 5 or 6 cuttings, and put them in protective paper in a plastic bag, put it in the envelope, and you can ship it through the mail very inexpensively and get 10 or 15 bucks for something. You just took some scissors and you slice them up and you're done. And they grow right back. So, like I said, you're not going to make a lot of money, but let me tell you a story. When I was younger, I worked at a company that had a parking lot, and I would always park my car under a big tree. And when I come out, go home, there was always leaves on top of my tree. It was an almond tree. Years later, after I left that company, went out of business, I was looking on eBay. They would sell the almond leaves to people who have aquariums because these leaves would have a chemical compound that would get rid of certain pests or things, pathogens that were in the water, but killing the fish. And it was non-toxic to the fish, and it was better than any other thing they had. And they were getting money for the leaves that were falling down in my car that I was throwing away every single day that I went to work. I had no idea. There's things out there. You're not going to make a lot of money selling leaves from an almond tree, but what I'm getting at is a lot of times there's stuff that you can get access to in the wild. It doesn't cost you anything except to collect it, and you can package it correctly, give it a nice description, some good photographs, and you can have a constant stream of sales from stuff that will just grow back. Now, you want to be careful and, respect the environment. There's some things that are growing out there. You don't want to take things and make it unsustainable. You don't want to harvest something till it's all gone. You don't want to take something that other animals are using, because the environment. Everything is related and it depends on other things. So if there's something in the woods or in a rural area, whatever, maybe something is using what you're taking. So you want to be careful. Um, you don't want to be a greedy pig and take everything, and then it's no longer anything there for other animals or other people. Maybe other people have been using that resource in that area for generations. You come in with different methods of collecting and you wipe it out. Now you're not going to have a lot of happy campers in your neighborhood. You know, whatever money you make wiping out that natural resources for people, it isn't going to be worth it. So you want to be respectful of the people and also the nature, the plants and the animals. And but there's just so many things you can sell when it comes to stuff found in the wild on eBay. Now they do have restrictions, like if you have something as a protected species, if you have feathers from a bald eagle, you can go to jail. No, sorry, mama, you're out. There's no excuse. Yeah, ignorance of law is no excuse. You have protected species, plants, animals, whatever. The government finds out, you're gone. Uh, so you got to be very careful. Also, like I said, some plants you can't ship through the mail to other states. You got to be careful of that because there'll be pathogens and stuff in the plants, in the soil. You don't want to spread bad stuff from one place to another. We got enough problems. But there's so many things, not just plants, but the cuttings and the seeds, the leaves, for medicinal properties, for different things, for cooking, for plants, for pets, all sorts of things that are available. Then you have not just plants, you have like rocks and minerals that are available all over the country that people will purchase from you. Because no matter where you live, there's usually some resource you have that's available that's not available other places. And you can harvest it and take advantage of it. Also, sometimes you can find things that you can process and turn it into something even more valuable. Even like those shells I was showing you, there's shellcraft where you can take shells and make it into things that increase the value many times. So there's so many, so many things available in the wild that you can take advantage of and learn how to market. But do it respectfully, do it sustainably, and you're not going to make a lot of money, but a little bit here, a little bit there, it adds up, and it's kind of fun. So, also, like I said, if you want to know more about different types, like more rural areas, this is a pretty good collection of reports that I put together. It's very inexpensive. If you don't have a CD player, you can get it here on Gumroad. I'll leave a link. And if you do have a CD, um, you can go to my channel on eBay, Mr. Hulo. There it is right there. So check out stuff that you can find in your neighborhood that you can sell online on eBay, and you'll be surprised. There's so many things out there. I swear, I read a story about a guy. His family for years has been selling dirt to uh, the baseball leagues here in America because whenever they make baseballs, they have to add dirt to them to rough them up to where they're not like shiny, whatever. They're traditionally after the baseball's been made, they would use this dirt to just get him ready for play. and they have been buying this dirt from the same family since like 1929 or something. And it's just in New Jersey. So they sell dirt to the Major League Baseball leagues. You know, there's stuff out there. If you live on a beach, you can beach collect and find things. Or and if you can also turn them into things like make crafts and art and all sorts of things. So there's this people aren't aware of a lot of things that are out there that are available where you can sell to other people that would be interested in buying. And I think it's also fun. It's fun to learn about different things. So I think it's worth looking into. I think you'll find it enjoyable. You may find things in your neighborhood, and your area could be rural, could be suburban, could be city. There's always stuff out and about you can find that are it's being ignored. It could be leaves on top of your tree that you parked your car in the parking lot at work. All right, guys, take care. See you out there.